Evmos is finally going live. This video is recorded shortly before the mainnet is going live. So by now, probably the team has already pushed a button and a Genesis block was minted. However, this is still relevant because there's a giant 50% Genesis allocation airdrop that is waiting for you. And also, I think it's important to really understand the impact of Evmos, how big it is. And also, let's look into some of the ecosystem projects. Also, very exciting news. Cryptocito is going to be in the Genesis set of the Evmos chain. So you can delegate your Evmos tokens that you got from the rec drop or that you purchased. You can delegate them to Cryptocito. So highly appreciate your delegations, guys. And now let's look into some of the stats on Evmos. Here's a great infographic actually that I found by Alex Defan on Twitter that illustrates what Evmos actually tries to become. And what it basically does in a nutshell, Evmos leverages the Cosmos SDK, which is a software development kit on which Cosmos chains are built on, and is the first IBC compatible EVM-based chain. Okay, so this is really, really big, because what does that mean? That means you bring over the composability, interoperability, and fast finality to Ethereum, right? Smart contract compatibility. People, developers that can write smart contracts in Solidity that are currently on Ethereum, stuck with high gas fees, stuck with a slow environment, stuck with a lot of downsides that Ethereum blockchain has. And if you've used it, then you are fully aware of that. And they just bring that over into Cosmos, right? Where you have IBC. If you've ever done a transaction on Osmosis, a swap, a deposit, a withdrawal onto different chains in Cosmos, played around with Osmosis, the Cosmos Hub, with Stargate, Sift Chain, you name it, you know that IBC is probably one of the biggest innovations the crypto space has seen, right? And people like Eric Voorhees that have been in crypto for 10 plus years, and we see now more and more people, big people in crypto that also understand this technology fundamentally. They're extremely excited and extremely bullish about these things. So Evmos brings basically Ethereum to Cosmos. It's a smart contract platform that is just powered by all these core technology pieces that Cosmos has developed, as Cosmos developers have built over the years. And with that, some of the key features that you can read through here, obviously you have high throughput through Tenement Core, which is the consensus algorithm that is built on proof of stake. One of the first ones actually since 2014, when Jaquan initially drafted the first version of it. And then this turned into what is now Tenement Core. Scalability through IBC, which is also something a lot of people underestimate. The fact that you have application-specific chains in Cosmos that serve one purpose, right? And Evmos serves the purpose of bringing over Ethereum onto Cosmos. Actually, more than that, but that's kind of like the first step. And with that, and I think that's also what everyone is super excited about, this is a giant so-called rec drop, which is a big 50% airdrop. We're actually going to look into the claiming portal in a second, that is distributed to Cosmos Hub users, right? And there was also proposal 44, which allocated 100,000 Atom to the Tarsus team, which is the software development company that is building Evmos. So people that voted yes on that proposal get an airdrop. People that just stake Atom get an airdrop. People that provide liquidity on Osmosis get an airdrop. People that got wrecked on Ethereum, people that got wrecked with gas fees, people that got wrecked with Ethereum bridges, and also simply early individual contributors, right? There's no pre-sale, there's no allocations, no VCs, none of that involved, right? It's a purely community-driven project that actually has been in the works since 2016. It was called Ethermint back then, has been dormant for a few years and is now being revived, and I think the timing couldn't be better. This is actually still outdated. From the 200 million Genesis tokens, not 40% will be airdropped, but 50%, because they delayed their mainnet launch by 2 days, and they're like, you know what, we're just going to give another 10% to the community, which is amazing. Also, very, very thoughtful inflation, tokenomics, utility of the token, right? Something that's brand new here is that you have usage incentives that kind of like, it's like a decentralized avalanche rush where you can fund initiatives, ideas, projects in the Evmos ecosystem, community rewards, high staking rewards, which I think is going to be really interesting to see. Obviously, as you're watching this video now, I think you already see the numbers here. So this is all pre-launch. My man Altcoin Psycho, who was also here recently on the channel, he made a bull thesis on Evmos and EVM for Cosmos, which I think you should read through. It's a very cool, comprehensive, doesn't take you much time, but yeah, it basically explains what Evmos is doing, why it's different though, because it's built on Cosmos, right? What all the advantages of Cosmos are, and the AP is also a big Cosmos bull, running validators on multiple Cosmos chains. One thing, however, I want to point out from this thread is the partnership with Celestia, right? So Evmos is also a chain that they have announced that they're building. Evmos plus Celestia. That is probably also one of the most exciting projects within the Evmos ecosystem. And Celestia, for those that don't know, please watch my video, my interview that I did with John Adler, who's one of the co-founders, about Celestia and their data availability layer and their pluggable consensus that you can leverage to bootstrap new chains much faster, much easier, and much more efficiently, right? Leveraging rollups. So this is really exciting. The Evmos partnership, there's no details in terms of, timelines, in terms of tokenomics, all these kind of things. This is still far down the road. I would say probably Q3, Q4, maybe earlier, I don't know, but I think Q3 earliest, because that's also the time around when Celestia itself is launching. But yeah, now we are on Evmos, and what they've just released is the mission control here, the Evmos dashboard, which initially I think is going to be the kind of like claiming portal for the airdrop. But I think over time this will evolve into the primary go-to place for any Evmos users, right? Similar as you have osmosis.zone, and you play around with your liquidity pools, you do superfluid staking, you compound, you stake, all these kind of things. In a similar fashion, I think this mission control, this dashboard will be our home for Atmos users. Also more tabs here on the side. You can already see staking, governance, Mars missions, claim your airdrop. I think there's also going to be missions and stages to claim the airdrop. But yeah, in total, there's 2 million eligible recipients, which sounds crazy initially because, Ethereum users, there are many of them. But it's just a user acquisition strategy, right? And if you connect your wallet, your multiple wallets, both MetaMask and Kepler, you can actually choose here from, then you will see how many tokens you get, right? 50% of the Genesis supply, which is 100 million tokens, will be distributed. And there's also a kind of like a progress bar, which tells us how much has been claimed, right? Because I guess of these 2 million recipients, many of them will not claim, right? So I don't know, we can give you estimation in the comments. I would say, I don't know, maybe 50%, maybe not even 50% will claim the airdrop, and the rest will be clawed back, right? Similar to Osmosis. A lot of it could potentially be clawed back into the community pool, right? And taken out of the circulation, which kind of like is bullish for the Evmos price. As you know, Evmos is also the channel sponsor here of Cryptocito. So I've been collaborating with them for the past 2 months, and the team is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see more of this. Now, finally, let's look into some of the projects within the Evmos ecosystem. We already teased a little bit on Evmos, but there's more to that. So 0x Oran made a little tweet here about the current ecosystem of Evmos. Personally, I'm excited to see this list grow a lot. I think this is the very raw beginning, but in terms of dexes, I'm mostly excited about diffusion here in that list. So diffusion finance, I think they also have ties to the Interchain Foundation and core Cosmos people that are building this. So what they're basically doing is they're just forking Uniswap v2 and bring that onto Evmos, right? I think design-wise, it's going to be very similar to Uniswap. So it's going to be a very easy switch, a very easy adoption for Uniswap users. And yeah, just with all the benefits, like I said in the beginning, that Evmos provides. So this is the first one, diffusion.finance, but there's also more. One of the more recent ones is XSwap. So, and their team has also reached out to me, same as the diffusion team. And this is another one that I'm excited about. I don't know too much about it, to be honest. This could be potentially more kind of like the, I don't know, the balancer to Diffusion's Uniswap. I don't know if that's the case. However, it sounds interesting. There's potentially also some innovation here. So keep an eye on XSwap as well. Then we apparently have two more that exist that I haven't looked into yet. Kronos Finance, which is also an AMM built on Evmos, as well as SpaceFi, that I have also not heard of, but they seem to be more multi-chain. They're also on Celo, which is also EVM compatible. And I don't know, I think we'll also see more DEX aggregators of EVM compatible DEXs out there. So kind of like the 1 inch for the whole EVM ecosystem. But anyways, that's on the DEX front. On the money market front, we have Cosland. That's also something I've not looked into too deeply, to be honest. Money market of Cosmos sounds very exciting, as well as Meta Capital, I guess. That's another one. NFTs, we have Expanding Space. That's the first NFT marketplace on Evmos, as well as the Evmos Punks. Another one that I already had on my channel here, Nova DAO. The guys from Nova DAO, they are now building stuff on Evmos. I think they have pivoted away a little bit from their Olympus DAO hard fork and now, or from the Olympus fork basically, and now are kind of like a venture DAO for Cosmos built on Evmos. That's really exciting. And yeah, keep an eye on that. Also, my dad, Wasmington, has made a tweet. I don't know if they have retweeted it, where, yeah, this one. Anand, I have something for you. If you're already delegating as much as you can to me, I love you. But if not, I'm giving you a chance to do this with superfluid staking or staking normally to Wasmington. You have to start in the next few days. Something's brewing at Nova DAO Finance. Honestly, I don't know what this is about. If you have some kind of like small percentage of your stake tokens that you want to play around with to bet on airdrops, validator drops, then this might be something for you to consider. Personally, I am delegated to Wasmington with some of my coins on Osmosis, but already since a long time. Actually, I think since I had him on my channel, since I figured out he's my dad. But anyways, that's a different seminar. But yeah, this is the current landscape. There's more stuff, also Kinesis Labs, that I have not deeply looked into it. I just saw them yesterday, and it deals with stable coins and such, which sounds interesting. I mean, there's so much that's in the works and so much that we'll still see coming up. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this very quick update pre-launch. We'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and be good.